Sheds for round 9 of the Group 9 Rugby League competition. Our special guest this week comes from the Gundagai Tigers. It's their coach, James Smart. James Smart, welcome to In the Sheds, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Of course, last weekend, what a fantastic win over the Rouge. You must have been very happy with that.
Yeah, we were pretty happy with it. We haven't played our best footy for the last couple of weeks, so to put a complete performance in was really positive.
A complete performance, you're saying 80 minutes, and that was something that I guess, speaking to you prior to that match, that you were a little bit worried about. You finally actually put it together. You think that's something that you can continue for the rest of the season, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. For the first 20 minutes of the last couple of games, we've come out really strong and just tried to cruise home. We spoke about, we know we can't do that against the top sides, and we considered Kangaroos to be one of those. So I thought the boys turned up with a real enthusiasm for the game on the weekend, and I think it showed in the result. You're
off to you've got to play Junee this week at Gundagai. It's going to be another big game, and an ex-Junee player playing for Gundagai is Damien Willis. How good a form has he been in? Do you think he's going to get, roughed up by the Junee players?
Yeah, no, Willie's been in pretty good form. He's broke back into the rep side, this season, which is something that, I'm sure was one of his goals at the start of the season, and, he's scoring tries every week, which he loves doing. So I'm sure, there'll be a few Junee fans that'll be, taking a close eye on the game, but, we've got a few other Junee boys there as well, and, they're also playing good footy for us. So.
What do you think is going to get you over the line against Junee?
I think we just need to stay consistent again for the 80. I haven't seen too much of Junee, but from what I've heard, they stick with you, for the whole game, and they don't go away very quickly. So we're just going to have to hang tough and keep pushing.
Before we get on to the other round 9 games, here in Wagga we've had a lot of junior rugby league over the past 2 days, the Mortimer Shield and also the Country Cup. How important is for those junior rugby league, especially at school, to bring the juniors through to eventually play first grade?
Oh, it's the most important thing, I think. So it's something that in the Riverina, I think our juniors are probably struggling a little bit, for numbers and all that sort of stuff. Like the AFL is having quite an impact on rugby league in the Riverina, and there's other things outside that that is, I suppose, are distractions for kids playing rugby league, and probably at Gundagai, we're probably just starting to feel that as well now. So our juniors, we're missing a few grades in the minor league, and our 16s and 18s probably aren't travelling that well. Numbers wise, so I think it is. It's the most important thing, because in a few years' time, I suppose we could see the effect of the AFL and all that sort of stuff on our juniors.
We're looking pretty good, Nick, over the past 2 days, so let's hope that can continue for the sake of the Group 9 and obviously rugby league in general. Now, the rest of Group 9 for round number 9, South City up against Kangaroos. You played the Roos, obviously. Tell us how you think they went. And South City, they've been in very good form, sitting up the top there with Albury.
Yeah, I don't think, probably South City, I don't think they've been probably too happy with their last couple of, performances. So, I'm sure they'll be keen for a big one. And I think Roos might have picked up, an injury or two to some of their key players on the weekend. So, I think that could hurt them. And, I expect South City to be, on top of their game this weekend.
Brothers are fresh off the bye. They travel to Fisher Park to take on Cootamundra, who are travelling very well at the moment, Cooter.
Yeah, definitely. Cooter are a pretty big side, and they've got plenty of power, plenty of skill, in that team. And Brothers are probably a side that I expected to, be really up there this season. But I'm sure they're working hard, and the results will probably come their way at the back end of the season. But yeah, I think the way Cooter are going at the moment, they might be a bit too strong.
Albury take on Young at Greenfield Park. Albury, they're cruising along at the moment. They thumped Tumbarumba last week. Young, they did try to put it to South City last week. They did pretty well. Yeah,
and they put it to us, the week before that. So, they're a side that, they don't go away from you either. I think at one stage of the game it was about 22-all against us. So, we really had to click back into gear and get the job done there. So, but, Albury are just such a talented side, so many good players, and, I think, they'll be hard to stop.
And Tumut are full of confidence at the moment. They're starting to string a couple of wins together. They played well last week. Tamora, they started the season well, but they're starting to fall apart, and a big loss as well, Jeremy Smith leaving the club.
Yeah, that's a huge loss. I'm sure they'll try to move on from it as quick as they can, but Yeah, I watched Jeremy play in the pre-season for Temora, and he's a really good player, and he is going to be a big loss. Tumut at home, that's tough, and like you said, that they're coming into some form now, and I think they're starting to settle on their combinations in their side, and I think as their match fitness gets a bit stronger, Tumut are going to be a team that are really going to push for that top 5 spot.
Well, it's time to do our set of 6 now. So 6 easy questions you can answer however you like, and the first one's going to be the toughest player that you've ever come up against.
Toughest player, probably last game of 20s against Junior Varvoy. He was playing for South, and if he didn't run around me, he ran over me, so I don't think I tackled him once. I think he got about 5 tries that game, so yeah, that was pretty ordinary.
Easily the toughest player.
Yeah.
The most annoying player at the Gundagai club at the moment, who's the pest?
Probably the most annoying player, probably Blake Dean. He's a cheeky halfback, and he's just always at me asking questions. He wants to know everything about everything. So, yeah, probably Blake Dean.
What's James Smart's worst habit?
Worst habit? I'm very fussy.
Calm or cranky as a coach? What would you describe yourself as?
No, I'm definitely cranky, mate.
This is not a question, but do the players think you're cranky as well?
Yeah, I think they would. yeah, definitely. I'll try to be calm, but depends on how we're going to, Yeah, but sometimes I get a bit cranky.
What's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear, probably spiders. Yeah.
Don't like the 8 legs?
Nah, I'd rather snakes than spiders, yeah, definitely.
If you're down to your last $10, what would you spend it on?
I'm not too sure, really. I'd probably maybe spend it on mum or dad. Yeah, give them something nice if I could. Whatever nice. I could with $10.
That's a great answer, mate, and they'll probably get you fed next time you go to Mum's.
Yeah, I'd say so.
James Smart, thank you very much for joining us in the Sheds, mate, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
That has been In the Sheds for Round 9. Make sure you tune into the Group 9 website next week for the latest in Round 10 of the Group 9 Rugby League.